Hey guys, welcome to Command Launch. Today we've got some spoilers for Battle for Zendikar, and they are new commanders coming out. They're actually going to be new commanders with pretty similar names, these are really good spoilers. I was excited when I saw these cards, so let's get into it. First off, Omnath is coming back, as you can see, and he's not mono green anymore. He's a green red legendary creature now, and his name's Omnath, Locus of Rage. And he costs 3 colorless, 2 red, and 2 green for a legendary elemental 5/5. And his abilities are, we have Landfall, which is whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token onto the battlefield. That's pretty crazy. And then he's got another ability where whenever Omnath, Locus of Rage, or another elemental you control dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to target creature or player. So whenever elemental dies, it lightning bolts something, which is awesome. This is gonna have two kind of build around these. Of course, people are gonna build the crazy heavy landfall, which is they're gonna run stuff like exploration, Oracle of Moldiah, any ways of just getting lands out as quick as possible with this, and like your usual Cultivate and Kadama's Reach and stuff like that. Sky Shroud's Claim. And just spit out a whole bunch of 5/5 red and green elementals, which I feel like that's the main way you're gonna build this deck, and it kind of has to be built around me, which is a little boring, but at the same time it'll still be fun. Just what's good about ramping? Well, just getting a whole bunch of dudes while ramping and playing things. Not only are you gonna be playing huge spells, but you're gonna be getting a 5/5 for every land that hits, which is ridiculous. Not only that, but the first card I thought of when I saw this card was Boundless Realms. And if you guys don't know what Boundless Realms is, it's a 7 mana sorcery card. It's green and 6 colorless. It says search your library for X basic land cards and put them out onto the battlefield. I think is it tapped? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. But anyways, you put them out onto the battlefield, and X is the number of lands you control. Okay, so if next turn after you play Omnath, if you don't even hit your land the next turn, so you have 7 mana, you pay it, you grab 7 basic land cards, and you put them out into the battlefield. So you get 7 5/5s after doing that. So if you have a card like Fervor or like Hammer of Perforos, anything that gives haste to all your creatures, including Omnath, that's 40 damage after doing that, which is like automatically kills somebody. And then don't forget about Omnath taking up commander damage. So I think that's going to be the most solid way to build him and the most explosive way to build him. Now I was thinking of another way to build him, and that would be it will be like more of what you would call a kind of a cute build. More of I'm just building for fun and this is interesting, and that's building for Elemental Tribal deck, which you can do that. It won't be as explosive as this, but I mean at the same time, you can build an Elemental Tribal deck, and you can also put like that one card that I was talking about, the Boundless Realms, in there just as like a backup win condition with the landfall. So yeah, I mean they have like that one card that makes elements cost less, which I think is called a Banneret or something like that, something Banneret. But it's the elementals aren't too crazy, but they're all right. And I think this is something that you put in your Hordes and Notions deck. I think especially if you're doing it with if you're doing Elemental Tribal with it, which you should be probably doing with a Horde of Notions deck. But yeah, that's what I think of Omnath. I think he's awesome. A little bit built around me. I mean, I guess you could go outside of the realm and do like almost a Voltron build, just to think outside the box, but that'd be a lot of work. I'd rather just go for the landfall and just build around them. But yeah, let's get into our next general, which is also a familiar name, which is Ulamog. His name's Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. He's 10 colorless for a 10/10 indestructible. And when you cast Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, exile 2 target permanents. And then whenever Ulamog attacks, defending player exiles the top 20 cards of his or her library. Okay, so we have a mill general here. Colorless, which is kind of automatically built around me because there's only so many colorless cards you can put in a commander deck. and so many different types of lands to put in, you know, that would work good. But I like him, you know. I thought about it. Like when I first saw him, I was like, okay, this is meh. But I'm thinking, like, you know, the colorless mana goes fast, so getting him out's not too bad. And the first card I thought of when I saw this card was Strionic Resonator. And if you guys don't know what that card is, it's 2 colorless for an artifact, and it has a 2 colorless tap activation ability where you copy target triggered ability. So, okay, let's say you have more than 10 mana and you have Strionic Resonator out. Let's say you have 12 mana. You cast Ulamog for the from the commander zone. You know, his enter battlefield triggers. Then you tap well, actually, no, that wouldn't do it because that's an activated ability, I think. Oh, no, that's triggered. That still works. Yeah. You tap it and pay 2, and you copy his first ability, which is exile 2 target permanents. So you pay 12, you get a 10/10, and you can exile 4 target permanents, which is ridiculous. And then after that, you can play, and you know, when you attack in and you exile the top 20 cards, you can Strionic Resonator again. Instead of them exiling the top 20, they're going to exile the top 40, which is a little more relevant in Commander. Because at first I saw this card and I was like, top 20, that doesn't really matter. We're playing 100 card decks. But if you can double that and make it 40 on an Indestructible that you know he's getting in for attacks, that's not too shabby. And I was also thinking of this build, which I think this is very built around me. I think it has to be almost like a group. Like if someone was to say, hey, build a commander deck right now with it, I would run a whole bunch of different types of like almost kind of group huggy draw kind of effects, like Howling Mind and Font of Mythos and stuff like that, just to get people drawing. So then this mill ability actually matters. I think it would be very fun doing that. And you know, you would definitely have to run your your artifact what is it? Tutors like Ring of 3 Wishes and that other portal card or whatever. You'd have to run those because you want to grab Strionic Resonator because it would go crazy in this deck. So yeah, I definitely like what we've seen so far. You know, so what do you guys think are the next generals to come out to see? Because I know that there's more of them. Do you think they're going to have familiar names? What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to have any more Eldrazi? I think it's possible. Like, what is it? Kozilek? Is that another one that we could be seeing? That'd be interesting. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of everything. Let me know what you guys think of the spoilers, how you would build them, if you would build them differently. What you guys think of how I would build them. Because I think they're very explosive commanders. I think Omnath is, of course, going to be doing some work now when it comes out. People are going to be abusing the crap out of him with, of course, Boundless Realms. Like, they're going to have those games that it's just, okay, explosion, I win. In Ulamog, you're going to have that guy that really worked to build that deck, because I don't think it's going to be a cheap deck to build by any means. But it will be fun once you do. And if you do win through milling somebody out, that's just amazing. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking would come out. Let me know what you guys think of my thoughts on these spoilers. Let me know what you guys think of the generals by themselves. So yeah, like, favorite, and subscribe. And take it easy, guys. Bobble, bobble.